I know I'm late to the party, but I'm going to talk about and hyper focus on something that I feel is getting lost in the sauce. So, it gets, cast aside um, over other pressing issues regarding the Jussie Smollett situation. But for those who have been living under a rock, Jussie Smollett has been released from jail, and it's possible that he might go back pending the appeal. For those who don't understand the law or how these things play out and manifest themselves in the real world, appeals take at the very least 2 years, sometimes longer. If we're incredibly lucky, the appeal process will be expedited and they can throw his ass in jail where he belongs. But because Chicago is so corrupt, it's one of the most corrupt, um, localities in the nation. The political machines that run Chicago, I don't believe they're going to let this guy go back in jail. He will likely not have to pay back the restitution. He might have to pay some court fees, but it's really about it. Yeah, I mean, that's just my prediction. I have no faith in this process anymore. I feel that him being released from jail and not being punished is alienating a lot of Americans. And I think the Democrats made a huge mistake letting this guy go and pulling all the stops to get him out of, get him off the hook, so to say. And even just like, it's like, oh, well, he's appealing it, so let's just give him time. That courtesy was not extended to somebody like Derek Chauvin. That courtesy was not extended to somebody like Kim Potter. That courtesy is not extended to really anybody but super privileged elitist douchebags like Pussy Smollet and other rich douchebag celebrities. They get afforded, this amazing privilege, especially if you look like Jussie Smollett. I mean, because that's the preferred, person in this nation. People who look like him, they're the preferred people. Unlike someone like myself, we're scum and we're maggots and we're all the awful things. But not Jussie Smollett, not this obvious fucking drug addict criminal. He's amazing. He's stunning. He's brave. And he's likely going to get away with it. But something that I really want to focus on is the damage that was done. And this is what bothered me the most about the sentencing. It bothered me a lot, and I've been thinking a lot about it. And the judge droned on and on and on about all the people negatively impacted by Jussie Smollett's actions. All the people that were hurt by Jussie Smollett. And he, it was like a laundry list of people. It's like, oh, all his activist buddies and the Democrats and his family and his friends and his colleagues, over at the Empire studio or whatever. But who was conveniently left out of this sentencing speech, this final speech, the climax of the court of this case? People like me. This crime that was perpetrated by Jussie Smollett, it was deliberately designed to hurt people like me. These fake hate crimes, they are designed to make living in America incredibly unsafe for people like me. Now, all of 2015, all of 2016, and all the years since then, people who supported President Trump or support President Trump, people who were wearing the MAGA hats, people who had the little signs out in their front yard, we got beat up. We got attacked. We got mugged. We lost our jobs. And it's because of shit like this. Because of what he did. We're the intended victims of this crime. No mention of that. No mention of that at all. Jussie Smollett had it all. He really did. The guy was commanding, according to the judge, about $1 million to $2 million a year. Even though, like, a lot of, like, MAGA people, a lot of people on the right, we've never seen him. But I didn't know who Jussie Smollett was until the very night that this fake hate crime took place. Minutes after reading that TMZ article, I knew that this was bullshit. But prior to reading that TMZ article in real time, I had no idea who Jussie Smollett was. I've never seen a single episode of Empire. I didn't know who was in that show until this happened. So this whole nonsense about people like me, lurking in the shadows and targeting people who look like Jussie Smollett, who have a lifestyle like him, and that we're out there just trying to beat him up like that. None of that is true. But Jussie Smollett wants everyone to believe that people like me are capable and willing and desperately want to do those things. So when they're cruel and they're mean and inhumanely treat us, they can do so without a hint of remorse, without any sort of regret, without any feeling of disgust with what they're capable of, the unimaginable cruelty that they're capable of inflicting upon us. They need to be, they're being conditioned to divorce themselves from those feelings so that they can hurt us. I mean, I hate to invoke the spooky mustache man, but all my life I was told the spooky mustache man and his Nazi goons, they would terrorize certain religious minority groups, and they would blame all their problems on this specific group of people. Where the nation's in debt, and the society is eroding because of these evil people, the specific minority group. They are the source of all the problems in our country. If only we can expel them from this land. If only we can punish them. If only people knew what filthy rats and sneaky these people are. They're untrustworthy, and we should all be wary of these people. And all my life I was told that what the spooky mustache man did can never happen again. It can never, people. As soon as that starts happening, people got to put an end to it. It's been happening since 2015, except it isn't a religious minority. It's Christian Americans, it's white Americans, it's a good amount of Republicans, conservatives, and political dissidents like myself. We're being blamed for things that literally didn't happen. We're being blamed for these imaginary problems in this country. There's a surge of hatred in the nation. No, there isn't. There's a surge of violent hate crimes in this country. No, there isn't. None of this is reality. It's like, the most evil, violent people in this country are these spooky white Americans. And I'm like looking at the crime victimization surveys. I'm looking at the FBI crime statistics, and I'm like, I don't understand what you're talking about. I don't know where you're getting your information from. It's because they're lying. They're behaving exactly like the spooky mustache man. That's exactly what is happening here. They say never again, unless the people that we're doing these things to have the wrong opinion. And apparently I got the wrong opinion. I don't hate Jussie. I hate him now, but I looking at someone like Jussie Smollett, I don't hate him. I am not his enemy. I don't wish ill on him. I'm not even like a hater, I saw Empire because I was curious. I was like, what kind of actor is he? Like, is he good? Is he not? Let's see if we can talk shit. I was just, feeling cheeky. He was actually kind of good. The show was actually kind of interesting. I was like, ooh, I wonder what's going to happen next, I don't think I'd go out and watch it deliberately, but I saw like a couple clips, and I was kind of interested. I'm not a hater. He's successful. Good for him. I hope everyone becomes successful. I don't wish ill on people like him, people who look like him, who have his lifestyle. But he wants the entire this was international news, like some people have stated. He wanted everyone to believe that story and look at people like me with suspicion, with contempt, with hatred in their eyes and hearts. They needed that story to be true, which is why this is such a big deal and why there's so much interest in this story. And they're trying to say, it's like it's because of how obscene and absurd it was. There's that element of it, but it's mostly because of how this was a political hit job on white Americans, on traditional Americans. This crime was designed to inflict future pain onto people like me. It was designed to make people like me go into hiding and to be ashamed for supporting the Orange Man. People would ask, well, I saw a post on Facebook. They'd be like, oh my God, how could anyone support this? How can anyone stand for this? Like, what say you, Trump supporters? What do you mean? What do you mean? I had nothing to do with it. Even if it was real, I didn't do it. There's nothing wrong. Just because you support President Trump doesn't mean that you support this. Dude, I said it immediately. As soon as, literally minutes, I was posting on Twitter, I was posting on Facebook. I'm like, this is bullshit. This literally didn't happen. This literally did not happen. And I was 100% correct. 100% vindicated. I fucking hate Jussie Smollett, man. I hate him. I hate him. I hate the Democratic Party. These people are fucking evil. These people are evil. They want to hurt us. They want us to die. They want to turn everybody against us. They want to alienate us. They want us completely isolated. But here's another thing that bothered me. And a lot of content creators, I mean, they kind of say both, but they place this, and the judge said this as well. The sentencing judge stated this as well. They said, Jussie Smollett, you hurt real victims of hate crimes. Genuine victims of hate crimes are now hurt because of what you did. Again, what about me? What about people like me? We were the ones that were hurt by this. But is that true, though? I know Sean Fitzgerald, the actual justice, he stated that. But again, God bless him. I love him. He's a good guy. I just disagree. I think when people say that Jussie, people like Jussie, that they hurt real victims of hate crime, you're wrong. You're absolutely wrong. And here's why. I got it right here. I got it pulled up. Look at this. Look at this. This is from the website fakehatecrimes.org. Fakehatecrimes.org. All of these right here on the screen, these are legitimate, 100% confirmed fake hate crimes. There's thousands, countless pages. I mean, these are the only ones that ended up making it to the news. I mean, there's so much more. So many more, you guys. All these people, all these incidents, all these stories, they were taken seriously. They said, a spooky, evil white man hurt me. A spooky, evil white man threatened me. A Trump supporter burned down my home. A spooky Nazi, he drew the swastika or whatever on my car. I got these mean messages. I got letters, threats of violence. I got a bag of white powder mailed to me by a evil Trump supporter. GoFundMe campaigns, they get propped up for these fake victims. The press, they spring into action and they spread the word. Evil Orange Man supporters, they're terrorizing this local community. They're terrorizing these minorities, these stunning and brave people. The FBI gets involved. The local police gets involved. Joe Brandon gets involved. But they're hurt. He hurts these. Somehow Jussie Smollett hurt these people who appear to be getting all this money, getting all this attention, not just from the press and social media, but from law enforcement, because they're all interested in helping them. They're all interested in preventing the crime or solving the crime and rectifying whatever wrong may have occurred. And then, of course, it turns out that these are all fake. These aren't real. It didn't happen. Every single one of these, it's not about like enriching yourself. That's surface level bullshit. These crimes, these fake hate crimes, are literally designed to hurt people like me, to make life miserable for people like me. If you support the Orange Man, you can't get a job. You can't work in Hollywood. You can't. There's not like this is the future for us. This is our future. This is what they want. That's what these things are. It's economic terrorism. I don't want to. What would you call? What did the spooky mustache man did this to those religious minority groups in Germany in 1940? What is it called when he does it? Is it the same when they do it to us? If not, why? Spooky mustache man lied about this innocent group, this religious minority group, and now you got the Democratic Party, these violent activists, you get Joe Brandon, you got the fucking press. They're lying about us. They're doing exactly what Spooky Mustache Man did. Is it the same and is it not? I would just like to know. What do you guys think? Am I out of line here? Am I wrong in my analysis of this? Look at all this shit. Look at all this. Anti-black graffiti was made by a black student. Who do you think was blamed for that? Who do you think was blamed for that? I'm just so let's just be real. Like half this country, the Democratic Party, they hate people like us. They are working overtime to demonize people like us. And I'm going to keep talking about this stuff. I'm going to keep reporting on this stuff. And I just think it's important. People should know. If this pisses you off, show up, man. Show up to the ballot box in 2022, the midterms. Show up in 2024. Let's fucking do this. Let's not take this lying down. Let's use our speech. We got to defend ourselves. That's why I make these videos, because I'm not interested in being silent anymore. Even though it hurts, it's upsetting. There's obviously a double standard. The laws are not being uniformly applied. Justice is not being uniformly applied. I get that things are unfair, but we're the underdogs here. We're gonna get kicked around a bit, but we got to keep getting up and we got to keep fighting. That's what's important. I'm never giving up, you guys. Peace out.